What's going on, YouTube world? Or I should say, what's going on, the tribe? What's going on, YouTube tribe? Welcome to a Little Bit Mad Gaming, bringing you. I almost got stuck in my ways. I told y'all in one of my videos I wasn't gonna say welcome to YouTube world anymore. I was gonna say YouTube tribe, but yeah, you know what this means. Title over the shoulder means I'm the champ. Means I'm giving you a Smackdown review. But first things first, if y'all can hit that like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button so y'all can always know. If you're part of the tribe, you always know when I drop a video. You get notified. Also leave a comment down below of what you thought of this Go Home Friday Night Smackdown. For those who are not part of the tribe, subscribe. What are you waiting for? Subscribe, become part of the tribe so you can always see me with this title giving you reviews, gameplays, whatever. Because I'm the hottest new channel around on YouTube. I got gameplays, reviews, reactions. I do it all. Even I'm gonna do some more unboxing soon. Everything is coming to alignment, and I just need you to be a part of the ride. So hit that subscribe button. For those who are subscribed, love you, appreciate you. And the new subscribers too, and that just all you guys, the new and old subscribers, I just need y'all to just do one thing for me and just continue watching, liking, and hit that share button as many times as you can. Share with anybody who likes this type of stuff because we can all make this tribe grow. But yeah, that's it. So without further ado, let's get to the video. But first thing first, before I want to say what related to wrestling news. Raw, or WWE, I should say, announced that Rhea Ripley will be making her debut on what is it? I think this Monday after Fastlane. That's what the article said. So they announced that she will be debuting this Monday after Fastlane. So as I always said, Rhea Ripley was coming soon. So I wanted just to get that bit of news out the way. Was there anything else? I think we all know about the Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan being the host of WrestleMania. If I missed something, I'll probably put it in the comments down below if I missed another announcement. But let's get on to it. They started off SmackDown. You heard that almost in my voice. I would say Raw. They started off SmackDown with Sasha and Bianca in the back just arguing, right, about the fact that I guess the first match of the night. So this comes as a promo. I guess the show did open up with a promo, but it was a backstage promo with Sasha and Bianca arguing about the fact that that Sasha is really going to go through with defending her title against Nia Jax at the start of the show. And, Nia, they even argue about Reginald, and, Sasha's like, you know what, I got this. Reginald on Nia is Reginald is not in my head. Nia's in my head right now, and I'm about to go take care of her. And, Bianca's like, why is we still even talking about Reginald? Like, why haven't you even, taken care of that situation? And she said she did. Reginald's a non-factor, but and then she said she got this, and she went out for a match, and that's the first match of the night was Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and it was a good match from the get-go as usual. Nia Jax was the dominant force in it as the bigger and more stronger competitor. She was dominating for the most part. Sasha did have her moments where she had her offense. She had offense and she was taking it to Nia, but for the most part, Nia was dominating. And then at the end, it was seem like Nia is about to win, and Nia was about to win, but then it was taken into a bank statement. I think she was about to pin her, but then she reversed it to the bank statement, and then Nia and then with the distraction from Sonya Blazer, thanks to the referee, Bianca tried to get involved too, and the referee was dealing with Bianca. So Nia, instructed her to help her out by kicking Sasha in the head. But Sasha would move out the way, which would end up inadvertently. She would end up inadvertently kicking Nia. And then, but the referee didn't see it. All he saw was Nia, like, oh God, what the hell? I didn't mean to do that. And the referee got her out the ring. And then I was about to say Sasha got her with the sunset flip. She rolled her up for the victory, retaining her title. But it was set up an ongoing storyline in the night. Did Sasha do it? Did Sonya do it on purpose? Or, was it an accident? Clearly, it looked like it was an accident, but they tried to insinuate it was something else. Just setting up tension for this Sunday's tag team match. So both sides can have tension, because it's tension on both sides right now. Let's see. I think the next bout would be a tag team match between the Street Profits and Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, which was actually a decent match. I did not have any complaints about it. It was actually an actual decent tag team match. And I really enjoyed it. They had good offense, good trade backs. It was some good high flying power. It actually was a decent match to watch. And anything with Rey Mysterio it should be a decent match to watch. I just didn't like how the previous matches they was poorly booked and poorly executed, but this match actually brought me back into watching the match with Rey Mysterio in it. And surprisingly, the Street Profits would take the L because Dominic would get the surprise roll up to pin Dawkins, and which I guess it was billed as, since they won, they should be next in line to get a tag team title opportunity from the Dirty Dogs, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. But then Chad Gable and Otis would come out and insinuate that they why should, just because of the match they won against Street Profits, why should that mean they get to the front of the line and get a tag team opportunity where they should get one? So Edge and Dominic and Ray they impromptu tag team match, which was also surprisingly good. Which was Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus Otis and Chad Gable. That match was surprisingly good. Usually when a wrestler works double, it's like, oh, that second match might not be as good because they already spent. It's gonna be, they don't got enough energy. But then actually it was surprisingly good. And it was a swerve it was another good swerve, just like the first tag team match was, where Rey Mysterio got the shock victory over the Street Profits. Chad Gable came out and got a victory over Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. So now they saying they should be first in line. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now you got me a little interest and piqued about the tag team title picture now. Now that was I love the little build up with that. Seth Rollins would come out and cut a promo about Cesaro, he further telling why he had a problem with Cesaro and what possibly Cesaro did to him. And apparently he was saying the way how Cesaro disrespected him was that when everybody came out to greet him and just immediately turned their back and left, he said, okay, fine, okay, I was, y'all want to be idiots, y'all want to be idiots. So he was good with that. But then he said when Cesaro stayed, and then, stayed, looked him in the eyes, and then left, he felt that was more disrespectful than everybody just, walking and turning their back. He said if he just would have walked out with everybody else, he wouldn't have no problem. But the fact that he stayed, looked him in the eyes, and then left, he said that was way more disrespectful than what he did. So he basically went on to berate Cesaro, saying that Cesaro was jealous of him, saying that he judged that Seth Rollins is a main eventer. He's a WrestleMania main eventer and a multi-time world champion, while he's the biggest waste of potential in WWE history, and that he spent so many years running around chasing the brass ring, could never get it, and he just basically still saying he's the biggest waste. And then we got the interruption from Shinsuke Nakamura, who came out looking way like. The way he looked in this promo is making me want to see Shinsuke again now. Because the way how they previously been booking him, it was like, this is not the Shinsuke that was like uber popular that won the Royal Rumble Shinsuke. This is like, to me, this was the Shinsuke of old that won the Royal Rumble Shinsuke. But he came out, did his his usual stick, and then he grabbed the mic from Seth Rollins after Seth Rollins was talking to him, telling him, don't get in this ring. Don't do what Cesaro did and disrespect me. Don't get in this ring. But he ended up still getting in the ring, took the mic from Seth Rollins and told Seth Rollins just to shut up. And then, Seth Rollins got mad and tried to, cheap shot him, but he caught it in time. He went on to basically beat him up, knock him out the ring, and then Shinsuke did his usual, come on. But before he did that, you heard Seth Rollins telling him, don't you do it, don't do it, don't do it. He didn't want him, to do the come on. Then that's when he went, come on. And Seth Rollins got mad and went back in the ring, and Shinsuke would get him with the King Shaska. And leave the ring dominant, and that was, I guess, that set up a future set up for Fastlane, which I thought was, honestly, it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Cesaro versus Seth Rollins at Fastlane, but it seems like they're going to be saving it for WrestleMania. But instead, it's Shinsuke versus Seth Rollins at Fastlane. We did get a backstage promo from Nia Jax and Sonya after that blunder, and with Nia pissed at Sonya, telling Sonya that if she did do it on purpose, then I'm coming for you. But what are you gonna do to try to fix this? Because you just caused me the SmackDown Women's Championship. So she's like, I'm gonna go get a match with Bianca to make it up, to prove to to make it up to you, and I'm gonna kick her head off and take her out of the equation. Then we got another promo with Sami Zayn, in which Sami Zayn attempts to convince Sami Zayn, he basically trying to convince Kevin Owens that of this conspiracy, and he's really trying to figure. Kevin Owens is really trying to figure out what conspiracy are you talking about, and who are these people, and what is you talking about this conspiracy? Who are these people? What is the conspiracy? Where is this coming from? And he was like, fine, come to the ring, and if you don't see nothing wrong, you don't see no conspiracy, I'll drop the whole conspiracy theory. We will get another promo. It was a night of promos. We'll get another promo from Daniel Bryan, taunting Roman Reigns, telling him that basically he's going to submit him at Fastlane, with Roman Reigns coming out telling him that he's not going to do any of the sorts, that he's just going to get dominated and beaten just like he did at Elimination Chamber. And both sides basically stating they claim that they're going to win. We will get another match with we'll get the match with Sami Zayn and King Corbin, which was funny. Which I actually kind of enjoyed the fact that it was out of nowhere, and I kind of enjoyed the fact that it did say the worst match ever that nobody ever wanted. I'm like, well, that kind of feeds into Sami Zayn's conspiracy theories. Why would they do that in the promo? So they basically, I was like, oh God, that kind of feeds into his conspiracy theory. But it was funny because now they try to play that it really is a conspiracy. So I really want to see where this goes, to see if it really is a conspiracy, if Sami Zayn was right this whole time there was a conspiracy against him or not. with the who knows, but the match itself was pretty much a quick match. You got you had you had Sammy basically trying to use cheat tactics to win, and Corbin basically ended up hitting him with the end of days. I think like basically like every time you try to use a cheap tactic, like to use the ropes to for the pin or try to take the turnbuckle off, the referee kept stopping him at every turn. Everything he did, the referee kept stopping him, and then he ended up walking into an end of days and getting beat by King Corbin. I think this might set up a match at Fastlane, either Fastlane or WrestleMania for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, because what happened next was basically he came to Kevin and asked him like, "Did you see it? Did you see the conspiracy?" And Kevin, just like the rest of us, all we saw was good officiating, and that's what he tried to explain to him, which angered Sammy because he refused. So in Sammy's mind, he's blind and refused to see the conspiracy. So he Haluna Kid out of nowhere, Kevin Owens berating him, telling him this was your fault because if you want to be blind and not see the conspiracy, you're part of the problem, basically. So yeah, that I don't know if that's gonna set up Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at Fastlane or WrestleMania, but we'll have to wait to see. At this point, they didn't mention nothing about Fastlane. If they did, I probably missed it, but I don't think it's gonna be a match at Fastlane. It might be just WrestleMania. We will get a backstage little promo with Big E, which I think was one of the best promos of the night, which was Big E and Apollo basically stating why they're gonna win at Fastlane. But the part of the promo that made it best was that when Big E basically was telling him, he was trying to keep himself calm and telling him that at this Sunday at Fastlane he's going to basically destroy Apollo, right? And Apollo basically told him that at Fastlane he was going to destroy him. But Big E took exception to what Apollo was saying, and his anger at Apollo was so high. He was like, you know what? We're not gonna make it to Fastlane. We don't gotta wait to Fastlane. So they ripping off their thing. He said we're gonna do this tonight. And so they rip off their mics, and Big E basically jumped in this go-kart to drive around he's driving around the Thunderdome to go look for Apollo Crews. I thought Apollo was like gonna run or do something. Surprisingly, Apollo came to fight. He looked for him too, and they fought backstage, and it was just a brawl. And then they would end up like normal, get broken up by the referees and stuff. And Apollo, another person coming in a little golf cart would come, and Apollo would take it, telling them to get off, and he would take it and drive away. He even when he first saw Biggie, he was like, you know what? He was like, whoa, hold on, Biggie. He saw how big, mad Biggie was, and he tried to do like the heel thing. Was like, wait a minute, hold on, wait, Biggie, wait, and then that's what started the brawl. But all that was a nice little promo, and it actually, to me, it elevated Biggie and Apollo to another level. We also throughout the night kept getting vignettes from SmackDown's past, where from Edge, showing how the different moments that Edge had on SmackDown, preparing us for the first time. I think in a decade that Edge had wrestled actually on SmackDown. And then that became the main event, which was Jey Uso versus Edge, the winner being the special ring enforcer for the Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns title match at Fastlane. So that match in itself proves why they call Jey Uso the main event Jey Uso, because now he's always in the main event. Furthering Roman's claims that SmackDown needs him because he elevated Jey to a main event status from tag team to main event, and he kind of did. But yeah, so Jey and Edge went back and forth. It was a good match. Edge, like, he suffered a rib. He suffered like a rib injury, or Jay caused the rib injury, and Jay targeted that throughout the match. But then Edge would call Jay to get like a shoulder injury that Edge would target throughout the match. So both men had an injury that was hampering them. Every time Edge would come down on his rib, every move that Jay did, it would come down on Edge's ribs. Everything that Edge did to Jay, it was to attack the shoulder, and that would be proved to be a factor in it. Oh man, I almost forgot. I'm a factor in it, but then Edge would end up getting the win because he after getting hit with a super kick and a splash, Jay couldn't get the cover because of his shoulder injury, and Edge would end up hitting him with a spear and get the victory to be the special ring enforcer in the match for this Sunday's pay-per-view, the Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns would then come out and spear Edge with spear Edge, and then he would taunt Daniel Bryan to come into the ring. Daniel Bryan would eventually come in the ring, would try to come into the ring to fight Roman Reigns, only for Jay to blindside him and then throw him into the ring to where Roman Reigns speared him and then basically taunting him with the title to end the show. But I forgot a match. The Bianca Belair versus Sonya Blazer match. That match, I almost forgot it because it really wasn't a match. The match was basically a couple of minutes of back and forth. The reason why it really was a match because before the match even started, once Sonya Bianca was in the ring, Sasha came out, but then she was like, you know what? No, you got this. I'm going to the back, and then she left. So then they started going back and forth, and then Nia Jax eventually, who was at ringside, she was so pissed, she left, right? So this happened within like the first 2 minutes, and that all this match, it was like a 2-minute match because then like soon after Nia left, Tamina and Natalya would come out and attack both Sonya and Bianca, and they would decimate both of them to stand tall over both. I guess to make a point that they should be the ones to face Nia and Sonya Blazer for the Women's Tag Team Championship. I almost forgot that match. But now, having said all the matches, I'll give this show 9 big ups because this was a nice addition to SmackDown. It was a great go home SmackDown. I had nothing. I don't think it was anything. I don't think I had a problem with anything. No, I love all the promos, all the matches. It actually was a decent show. It just wasn't a 10-worthy show. Like everything could have been better to make it a good thing. But overall, nothing was bad. No promo was bad. No match was bad. Even with the King Corbin versus Sami Zayn match was good. Yeah. So I didn't find nothing wrong with this episode. Just wasn't 10-worthy, but it was 9-worthy. Yeah, like I said, Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley will return. So I'm hearing some mix-ups with some rumored mix-ups with WrestleMania, possible Charlotte Flair not being involved, but who knows? Who knows? But that's it. That's all I got. But stay tuned because right after this, I will be doing my review for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So stay tuned. Thank you, Tribe. See you in the next video. Peace.